So in this video I'll be showing you how to apply the Uncensored patch for Destiny Child Global on Nox Player. So first off, to know that the patch worked properly, we need to know what the censorship looks like. So Nirti is a good way to tell. She has this bodysuit on with the censorship. And another good child to check is Leda. She has this piece of clothing on her with the stripes with the censorship. Okay, so to uncensor the game, you need the files, the uncensored patch files. To get those, you can get them from my Reddit page. I'll provide the link to that in the description below. But once you download that, there will be 3 folders: character, portrait, and portrait battle. So each folder contains files corresponding to different images within the game. The character folder is for the main images of the childs, so like a big one like this one here. Portrait is for the smaller icons, and portrait battle is for the images on the selection screen. So it's up to you whether you want to apply like everything, or maybe you just care about the main images. Then you could just apply or replace the files for character. But yeah, so first off, we need to move the files from our computer into Nox Player. How do we do that? Let me just close the game for now. So up here you'll see a monitor screen and it shows my computer. Just press that, and then under other file you will find open PC folder. So this folder that it opens up is it's a shared folder between Nox Player and your computer. So just copy those files in. Okay, and now that they're here, that means that they are also in Nox Player. So I'm just going to close these, close that. So Nox Player comes with its own file manager, this yellow folder here. It's pretty bad. I do not recommend using that. So go to Google Play and download ES File Explorer. So I have it downloaded or installed. Open that up. At the top left, we see these 3 bars. Go there, and then local home with a little house. Go to the second home. Press that, and then we'll come to here. It's like the /storage emulated 0. Okay. Press the /. This basically goes to the root of the application. And then you will find this folder called MNT. Open that up. Oh, actually, you probably need to, most likely if you just installed it, you probably can't access that. So, sorry about that. Down here, Root Explorer, this option, you need to have this toggled on. You actually probably can't get to here without that on. So once you turn that on, you can get to this / folder here. So once you get here, and then you go to MNT, shared, and then we see our app image other, open up the other folder, and we have our 3 patch folders. So leave this here. Up at the top, we have where we are right now, local. This box over here, press that, and then it basically opens up another window. So we are in /storage emulated 0. That's fine. From here, we go to Android, data, and we'll see a bunch of app folders. Go to com.linegames.dc global. and then files, and then asset up here. So there is a character folder here. That's not the one we want. The character folder we want is the one in asset. And then we see there's a bunch of files. So go back to the to the patch folder. To do that, we just press the square here and go back to the other window. So yeah, we're at the patch window basically. So let's open up the character folder. There's a bunch of files here. These are the patch files. Hold down to select one, and then up here press select all, copy, and then we need to go back to the game folder. So just press this square up here, and then paste. So it's going to prompt you that there are already files with the same name. It should be like that because the patch files will directly replace all of these files. So check apply to all and then overwrite. Alright, so that's done. So we've changed all the character files. Now we want to change the portrait and the portrait battle. So I just went one back, so to do that you just press so there's character and one back is asset, so you just press asset and then go to icon and we find portrait and portrait battle folders. So let's do portrait first. I'm gonna go in there's a few files. Need to go back and get our patch files. So press this square at the top again. And then we're in character right now, so let's go back to other and then go to our portrait folder. We've got three files right now. Hold one to select and then select all, copy, and then we gotta go back to our game folder. So once again the square up there and we paste. Once again we're prompt that there are files with the same name already. Check apply to all and overwrite. Done. And then same thing with the portrait battle. So go back, portrait battle, and we go back to our patch files and portrait battle. Hold one to select and then select all, copy, go back to game folder and then paste. Apply to all, overwrite. Careful not to put portrait files into portrait battle and like vice versa. Your game will show up with blank or corrupted images if you do that. So make sure portrait battle to portrait battle and portrait to portrait. Anyway, all the files have been replaced now, so we can kill that. To have the patch take effect, you need to close the game and restart it. So you can do that from the game, just press back, it'll prompt you to quit game. Anyway, let's start the app up. Alright, so let's see the changes. Bam. No bodysuit. And then we can go to Leda, and then there we go. No stripes. So there's been a lot of questions whether you'll need to reapply the patch every time there's an update to the game. For the character images, like the big ones here, most likely you won't need to reapply the patch for the old childs. If there are new childs that are censored, you will need to apply a new patch for those specific childs. For these icons and the rectangular images on the selection screen, these ones you will probably need to reapply the patch every time there's a new child. It's just because of how these files are stored. Whenever there's a new child, these images will most likely be affected as well. So that's why I said you might want to just apply the character images because of how often, well, it depends on how often the game is updated. But yeah, if there are any changes, like you need to update or like there is new files, I'll write everything on my Reddit page. Like I'll put all the updates, and then if you do find any channels that are still censored, or if you have any issues with applying the patch, let me know on the Reddit page or in the comments below. I'll get to those as fast as possible. But yeah, that is the Uncensored patch. Enjoy!